Well, 220 grit, soapy water, and so the hand sanding begins. Basically, you want to continuously make a circular pattern or something other than straight lines. Straight lines all the way through, you'll see the scratch pattern. If you make some type of a swirl, 220 grit is too small for the unaided eye to pick up anything. Cleaning off the paper. A little bit of direct water onto the sandpaper gets rid of the little bits of varnish that end up getting stuck, and you have less trouble. The big reveal. You have to clean up all of the sanded stuff that's on top. It lets you do a couple things. You get to see what you're doing. This is drying it off. Now I'm looking for areas that are shiny, areas that have not been sanded. So cleaning up the residue of dust still. In a corner. It's usually a spot where you're going to have trouble. Close to an edge, corner, transition area. On that particular one, there's a little bit of varnish buildup, so I'm cleaning it all off. Top. Yeah, musician I'm not. At least not for percussion. I love my job. I love my job. No, I don't. So why water? It's not just water, it's a little bit of dish soap as well. It works as a lubricant. Sanding is, believe it or not, a high friction activity. And a lot of friction produces heat, and that ruins your finish. Your finish actually will melt onto the sandpaper, and then the parts that have melted onto your sandpaper will heat up and drag the finish that you're trying to flatten. I should buy shares in paper towel companies. Pipe up. My faithful doggy. Cleaning, cleaning, and more cleaning. Last of the shiny spots on top. Now for the back. Sometimes it feels like I'm working in circles. So fast you can hardly see my hand move. I'll see if I did anything good here. See all those spots that are darker color? Didn't sand them. Check number 2. Yep. Closer you get to being done, the more important it is to keep all the extra dirt and whatnot off of your object that you're sanding. So this is the next dry. Looks pretty good. Not bad. Camera's in closer now for sanding the top part. Nice big long circles. get you the best sanding pattern. Whip off the crud. It's amazing how much varnish you actually take off with sanding. And the big reveal. Doesn't look too bad. Hey, I skipped a spot. I did the bottom already. Here's the other side. So exciting. Oh. If you've lasted this far into this video, you are committed, or should be. Round and round and round. It can get done. Almost halfway. Notice I keep cleaning off the block. Sometimes as you're sanding, you'll feel a little difference in the resistance you have between the block, the paper, and the object you're sanding. That's when you're getting bits of varnish stuck to your paper. Now let's see what happened. How good is it? Clean number 2. Can already see some shiny spots. Top, middle. Hey, you missed middle. So when you do this, there's good news and there's bad news. This is 3 coats of varnish already, laid on with a very fine brush. You'd think that you wouldn't be able to sand through all the varnish layers with such a fine paper. It's actually quite easy to do. So when this is done and dried, there are areas where they've actually gone through all of the varnish right back down to the veneer. Big cleanup. Dry. Out towards the bench in the middle of the top edge there. Right there. Now that area, there's a bit of varnish that's built up, so it doesn't quite dry hard, so they're putting tons of water to try to make sure that nothing drags into the finish and makes a mess. It literally will melt one layer of finish into another. The layer on your paper that's stuck and the layer you want to make look pretty, the layer I'm sanding. So last of the shiny stuff trying to get rid of. Dry. Still some shiny spots. With varnish, after about 8 to 10 hours, you have to sand. Many varnishes are formulated now that if you coat them within 7 or 8 hour period, they will melt into each other. After 10 hours or so, every varnish I've ever used, the instructions admonish you to sand, and it's a good thing to do anyway. So you can see a couple spots that are extra